Okay, so this webinar is sponsored by a National Academic Exchange Agency. If you hadn't had a pleasure of meeting them, this is basically a national agency that helps with international students with starting their studies here in Poland. So a little bit about our university. I imagine that some of you already read those information when you were deciding to come here, but just to let you know, we have like over 75 years of experience. Our veterinary is the oldest one in Poland. We are currently the best university focused on agriculture and life sciences. According to our Polish rankings, we're #1. We have around 7,000 students, 46 student research associations. Some of them is also in English, so you would also be able to join. 10 clubs, organizations, and a lot of creative groups as well. We've got 24 different types of sport facilities, which is also a good information for you because as part of your program, you will have physical education lessons during your first year. And it's not like a classical physical education in school. You can actually choose your sport facility. So we have like a karate, we have like swimming classes, aerobic classes. You can basically choose what suits you best and then use it as a PE. We also have a lot of international cooperations like Erasmus, CEPUS programs. We do recommend, of course, using those. Scholarships for special achievements, especially academic, sports, and arts one. You can, of course, also use those scholarships for special achievements. Rector's achievement for academic achievements scholarship is available after the first year because you need to have all of your grades from the first year, but you can also apply for it. And of course, our veterinary medicine is approved by the European Association of Establishments for Veterinary Education. This is, if you haven't read about it yet, this is an association that is focused on monitoring if the standards across the veterinary schools are met. So if all of veterinary surgeons that finish our course meet all of the European Union standards. It's recognized across the European Union, but also in Great Britain or Nordic countries. We have also like a great community here for international students. I think I've sent you yesterday in the info pack contacts for the Instagram, so you can get to know them, see what they do. They also organize like meetings for new students to meet up and get to know each other. You will also have links in this presentation later, so you can check out the website. So a little bit about the welcome points. So some of you probably already visited us, but part of admission office is also welcome points. Yeah, we basically here to help you get you information on specific stuff, like for example, dealing with other departments of the university. Yeah, so if you don't know where you can go to get something done, you can ask the dean's office, but you can also come to us. We can help you with some information about the city, tips about how to prepare to come into Poland, understanding official procedures in Poland. Please also remember that we're not specialists from it, so we're not always able to answer all of your detailed questions, but as much as we can, we will help you, or we'll at least direct you to where you can get more information. So you can also ask us about the health insurance, immigration issues, legalizing your stay. Will help as much as we can, and options for learning Polish language and culture in Wrocław. We're available Monday through Friday from 10 to 3 o'clock. We do recommend that you visit, let us know when you want to visit, just to make sure we don't have a meeting ready and somebody who speaks English will be available. And this is also our address, so you'll be able to take a look at it later. In case you're not sure how to get here, we can also send you like Google Maps link so you can take a look. So a little bit about the academic calendar. So the winter semester is, of course, starting on 1st of October, and it lasts until 28th of February. Most of February is going to be the exam session. Summer semester will start 1st of March and 30th of September. You will have a link here for full academic calendar. But just because we've got a lot of questions about it, the Christmas break is from 22nd of December until 5th of January. So if you're already planning when to visit back home, this is the right time to do it. So 1st of October is the organizational day. This is where the Dean's Office is going to explain all of the important matters to you. So how to use the library, how to log into your student's account, user's account. about your students' post email. And so technically attendance is mandatory. If you are not able to attend, if you have some previous arrangements or you're just coming to Poland a little bit later, please let us know. We will inform the Dean's office about it. If you're going to miss any classes, so this year for veterinary medicine, the classes will start on Monday the 6th. So on 1st of October, you have the organizational day. On 2nd of October, you will have, there's an inauguration. This is for basically just some students who go and meet up with the faculty, director and everything. You don't have to attend that. So it's free of classes. And 3rd of October, you will also have a day free of classes because the veterinary is having the grand anniversary. Yeah, so 80 years of the veterinary department. And there is going to be some not classes, but more like a lectures. So you could attend that. I'm not sure if it's, you can check on the veterinary department website if there's anything in English. And of course, you are welcome to attend that. But because of these lectures, there will be no classes on that day. So practically, you start your classes on campus on Monday. If you're going to be missing any classes from Monday or later on, please always make sure to let your teacher know and let the dean's office know, for example, if you're not sure who your teacher is yet, because you will need to let them know that you're not here. You can only miss 2 classes, so this is very strict. So if there's any reasons for you to miss classes, please make sure to let them know. The timetable is also ready. Please, of course, note that there may be some changes. The dean's office is definitely going to be informing you in case of any changes, but at the beginning of the year, there's always some changes through the schedule. So the schedule is available on the website. You can take a look, and the Dean's Office, of course, is also going to be explain how this schedule works. You also need to follow the study regulations. So we gave you the link that you can check out and just read those. So what do you need to know as a student? Like I said, most of those things will also be told by the Dean's Office in more details, but just to give you a heads up, you can already take a read and just get to know. Just give me a second. I will let's embed it in. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So study regulations. Your final grades, your classes schedule, especially grades, will be visible in the USOS system. You will have you will get the login from the Dean's Office. They will also give you like an official email address. This is usually like your student number at upwr.com. So you will have this. And you will also be able to sign up for the library. We do recommend to sign up for the library because books for veterinary medicine are rather expensive. And most of those books are available at the library. So we do recommend you sign up. And the Dean's Office will give you those logins, and they will also let you know how exactly you can sign up to the library. You need to get your account first, so you can't really do it before the 1st of October. Also, your syllabuses and reading list are located under this link that you will have here in presentation. It's good to just maybe you don't have to exactly read everything, but we do recommend that you take a look at it. The syllabuses will have all the information about the given subject. So, for example, what sort of does it end with exam? Do you have to? Is it continuous studying? What kind of things you need during your classes? So this is very good to get yourself familiar. You don't have to. There's syllabuses for the whole 5 years there, so it's fine for now if you just check your semester classes. You will be awarded a given number of ACTS credit points for passing each subject. I think some of you might already have something with it if you already did like some university before or college. So this is basically points that allow students all across Europe to just have recognition for all the subjects they paid. So for example, if you would decide to do Erasmus project in different university, or if you go to a different university, these points will be in Europe, these points will be also recognized. Yes, so you need to collect enough points for each semester, and pass all the sequence subjects, which are prerequisites to pass each semester. So basically, you need to have enough points, so you need to pass enough subjects. If you don't pass one subject, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to not pass the semester. So for example, if you don't pass your physical education, but you passed everything else, there is an option to do like physical education in the next semester. It's how it's called, conditional
entry.
Conditional entry.
The number of ECTS points is also listed on the syllabuses, so you can check every subject how many ECTS points it has and how many you can get for every semester, and how in the studies regulation you can also check how many you have to get to pass every semester.
Yeah, so just to let you know that it's not the end of the world if you didn't pass one of the subjects. The only difference is if it's a sequence subject. So for example, you'll have anatomy 1 and on second semester anatomy 2. You cannot pass to second semester if you don't pass anatomy 1. Yeah, so your main concern is to pass all the sequence subjects and then to get enough ECTS points. Of course, it's the best if you pass everything, because if you don't and you get a conditional entry, it means you have more work next semester. But just to let you know that there are options in case something goes wrong in the semester. Each subject can have different grading rules. So you can have graded credits. That's when the final grade depends on your performance through the whole class, test, assignments, classwork. It doesn't need an exam or an exam, and this means your grade will be decided by a final exam. You might still need to do well during the year for the subject to be allowed to sit exam. So for example, there can be like smaller tests or assignments. If you don't pass them, you might not be allowed to do exam. Yeah? Exams take place during the exam session. So for winter semester, this is February. For summer semester, this is July. In case of summer semester, if you don't pass in the July session, there's also a makeup session in September. You can retake each final exam at least once in case, yeah, so it's at least once. Sometimes it also depends on the situation. Like if you had, for example, a medical situation and just couldn't come to the exam, of course, you can bring your medical paper to the dean's office and then have another exam scheduled. So for the grading scale, because you all come from different countries, the grading scale in Poland is numerous. So number 2 is failed class, number 3 is sufficient, 3.5 is satisfactory, 4 good, 4.5 very good, and 5 is excellent. So of course, I know you all will be striving to get 5 and excellent. Some practical rules and customs. Do remember to be on time. A lot of professors don't like when you get late, and it's going to it's not going to be viewed as something, as you're not going to be viewed as a very good student if you're not on time all the time. Yeah, so respect all the deadlines. Some deadlines, of course, like if you have a very difficult situation, like I said, like a medical emergency or anything, you can of course always talk to your teacher or to your lecturer or to the dean's office. But things like I forgot is not a very great idea for the professors. Do read the syllabus just so you're prepared, you know what to do. Remember to come prepared to your homework and assigned reading. Yeah, like you all know that the veterinary medicine is a difficult course, and it's best to keep taking your notes and doing all the things on time. Otherwise, you will just stay behind and it will be hard to catch up. Of course, like in all of your schools, I will believe, no eating, drinking, using your phone, or talking to the students during the lectures. In Poland, we address the teachers with their titles, so usually it's going to be the professor or a doctor. They will definitely let you know what's the title on the first day of your class, so you will get to know them. Of course, emails to teachers should be formal and polite, no emojis or anything like that, unless the professor decides otherwise, but in most cases it's a formal language. And also don't expect that they will be replying to you instantly. They do have a lot of works, a lot of groups. They also teach like we have like a lot of groups in Polish division and also English one, so it can take them a few days before they reply. Of course, if you don't hear for a few days, you can also send a reminder. If it has, oh, okay, so most important information, where do you go about stuff with classes? Yeah, so if you miss a class, if you have to miss a class, for example, you know already in advance, you have something with the doctor, or your flight is going to be delayed, anything like that, you talk to your teacher. If you have any additional questions about the topic, you failed the test, you didn't do the assignment, you talk to your lecturer, the teacher of the course. If it's a matter of how many credits do you need, if you passed your classes, if you need to retake a class, if there's any special request you need. So, for example, you need to do an exam in a different day, then you also can talk to the dean's office. If it's about your progression from semester to semester, so for example, you didn't get enough ACTS points, or you didn't pass something, you talk also to the dean's office. Any formal requests to the dean you may have, also first go to the dean's office. They will schedule an appointment with him if you need one. If it's something like certificates of attendance, payments for the next semester, if you need any kind of certificates that you're a student for your visa processing or anything like that, for student loan, this will also be the dean's office. So basically from the 1st of October, all of the document things we did for you here in admission office, this will be passed to the dean's office. Anything with accommodation and scholarships or student societies, this is handled by Student Affairs Center. They are located in the main building on Norwida Street. So this is quite close to the veterinary office building, so you will be able to find it quite easily, I believe. You can also, of course, daily accommodation things, if you already applied for the dormitory and you live there, you can also talk to the dormitory staff, of course. But if it's, for example, you need to extend your stay for the next year, then that's Student Affairs Center. So sports will be Center for Physical Education and Sports. So that's when you can choose your activities you want to do as your physical education. There's also University Sports Association. Of course, you can also do extracurricular physical education activities. You are very welcome to use any of the programs we have. If it's come to meeting other students, international opportunities, additional activities you may do, then we also have links for different places you can go. So Vet Student Council can help you up, International Student Society, this is the one we sent you Instagram for. They do especially meetings with students, and then also research for the students, special interest in certain topics. So for example, if you would like to do any kind of extracurricular activities, you would like to join one of the research clubs, you do a lot of interesting stuff, you also have a link here, you can take a look. We also do, this is mainly for candidates, but we do open days. They are in Polish actually, but you are also welcome to come. This is we do it every year around April, and lots of research clubs show up what they do. So for example, this year, the Veterinary Research Club showed you were able to practice some stitches or use a laparoscopy machine. So it's also, you can also come to it. Just to let you know, this is done in Polish because it's mostly for Polish candidates. Finding your way around. So I'm just quick about this slide, so you will be able to see all the links. This is a map of Grunwaldzki campus. This is the one next to our office and to the main veterinary building. And then we also have Biskupin campus. You will have some classes there as well. This is located about half an hour by tram from our office. So it's not very far, and there's 1 or 2 trams that go from there. So it's very easy to get to. You have a map and building addresses here, also staff members you can contact. So you will have all the links available. And about some formalities. So temporary residence registration. So once you arrive to Poland, you should register your address. This is, you should do it within 4 days if you're not from European Union. For European Union citizens, you register your stay at municipal office within 3 months of arrival. This is mainly because, just to let everybody know that you are now residing in a different country. Yeah, so this will be useful for health insurance stuff and everything. For all of the candidates, will receive a personal number. This is basically a number that's an identification number here in Poland, and it will be useful for any kind of stuff you might need. So getting any formalities done, opening a bank account probably. So this is also a very useful thing. Temporary residence permit. This is for candidates that do need visa. So before your visa expires, you need to either apply for another visa or apply for the residence permit in Poland. So you should apply for temporary residence permit. That's the general idea, that you should not get another visa but apply for residence. But you do need to do one of those things just to make sure your visa doesn't expire before you end the course. I will not be talking too much about this because I've also sent you some links and more details in the info pack that I sent you. But if you have any questions about it, please feel free to write us an email later and we'll explain what you need to know. Health insurance. So we have like a national health fund. International students can also use it. This is about 55 zloty per month approximately, and this will give you access to public healthcare in Poland. You can use, of course, a private healthcare. Wrocław or Medicover is one of those most popular. But it's also good to have like a public healthcare, mainly because if you need to call emergency, it will be just better and easier for you. For students from European country, please make sure to apply for the European health insurance card. This will help you get everything you need. Opening a bank account. So if you would be, it makes things easier here if you have a Polish bank account, instead of using your own abroad, especially if you're from outside of European Union. If you decide you need one, so you will need for this your passport. They sometimes also a student ID will be asked, and if you are underage, then your parents' consent, and that's the most important documents you will need for that. Most banks offer support in English, so there shouldn't be a problem. If you decide you need a bank account, we do recommend to do it the faster the better, especially for your tuition fees or like scholarships. It's just easier to have a Polish bank account. And one more thing that might interest you, looking for a job. So there's been some recent changes in how international students can be admitted and how the visa permits work. So just to make sure, please, like it used to be allowed to be able to work on a student visa. Unfortunately, right now it's not so clear. So because everybody has a different situation, different stay rules here, like visa or permanent residence or European Union residency, please make sure with your consulate if you are allowed to work during your studies. Transportation in Wrocław. So some of you I know already arrived here, but so you might already know this, but we do have an urban card system. This is a digital ticket system, so you can mainly use your student ID for that. Your student ID for now are gonna be a little bit delayed, so you might want to use different tickets for now. But you can use your student card to code your monthly ticket or a semester ticket. This is, of course, like monthly and semester tickets are cheaper. You can also have an urban card, like a plastic card made, where you can hold this ticket. And for like regular tickets, when you move around Wrocław, like a one-time ticket, you can use your credit card. Yes, so we have like electronic boxes, the machines with touchscreen. You can just use your credit card to buy a ticket. We don't have paper tickets in the bus. You can buy them outside some of the bigger bus stops or sometimes in kiosks. But we do recommend the digital ones because it's just easier to get it. You're not always going to be find a working machine on bigger bus stops, so just to let you know. And in Wrocław, we use both a one-time ticket, so you can buy it, for example, one ticket that will get you from point A to point B, or you can buy a time ticket. So, for example, if you know you're doing a short trip, you can buy like a 15-minute ticket or a half-an-hour ticket. There's also like 24-hour tickets or 7-day tickets if you need it for like a longer stay. Also, we have a very useful app called Jak to Jadę, which is for public transportation in most of bigger cities in Poland. They also have an application where you can buy ticket in this application. It's very useful, not just in Wrocław, so you can, of course, use it in Wrocław, but you can also use it in other cities. So, for example, if you decide to go for a trip to Kraków or Poznan, you can also buy a ticket in the app without having to check what's the public transportation there. This app also allows you to see the timetables. So you can, for example, write in the app, that you want to go from there to there, and it will show you which bus you need to take and so on. So this is very useful. It should work on most of phones, so shouldn't be any issues with that. We have also option to rent bikes and electric scooters in the city. Might not be the best option for a bike in the weather that's coming up, but of course in summer you're free to use those too. Holidays. So like I already told you about the Christmas holidays. Most institutions in Poland will work from Monday through Friday. We also work from Monday to Friday in the university. Most shops are going to be closed on Sundays. Sometimes exception is like Sunday for big holidays is gonna be open, but for most Sundays shops are not open. So just to let you know, if you want to buy some groceries, you might not be able to do it. This is also a list of holidays. So this is most of those days are free of work. The 2nd November, All Souls, that I put the asterisks next to. This is technically not a national holiday, but this often falls, for example, on Friday or Tuesday or something. And because this is the moment for Polish people to go visit the graves, a lot of companies are going to make it a day out of work. So just to let you know that some shops might not be available on this day as well. Okay, and just like some quick information about Wrocław. If you haven't visited yet before, I'm going to say the most beautiful city, of course, because I am from Wrocław, but we do have beautiful bridges. We have this, basically the city has 12 islands, so many bridges. We have a great river, so it gives really nice views, especially in the city center. We do recommend for you to take a look in the city center to see our Ostrów Tumski. This is like basically where we have the cathedral. It's a very nice architecture there for you to take a look. We also have a lot of parks. We sent you some guide that we prepared for incoming students, and then you can see some more information about what you can see in Wrocław. But I do recommend that you take some time after classes to just take a look at the city and relax. And also some information about social integration community support for all the expat community. There's 2 points for people from other countries just coming. One is Place to Dialogu. This is a place where you can meet up with other people. They do some sort of events to meet up with different people from communities from different countries. And there's also Institute for Migrant Rights. They do provide services in 4 languages, including English, and they do it free of charge, but they can help you with some like migration law if you're not sure about something. So you can take a look at that as well. And of course, it's always good to check the information from your embassy or consulate. Also, for additional information, we included the links here for the main Wrocław webpage. So any kind of events going on will also be posted on the webpage in the city. You can take a look at that. Visit Wrocław also has like mostly the tourist information, so what you can see, what kind of events are there. And study.gov.pl is a website for international students in general in Poland. Also some useful informations. You will be able to check out some useful apps and websites in Poland here for the links. And we also listed some links for the language courses. If you decide, for example, you want to learn a little bit of Polish to make your life here easier, University of Wrocław and Wrocław University of Life Science and Technology makes some very good courses. Of course, you can also look for something online, and that would depend what kind of course you're looking for. So just last point about psychological aspects of immigration. So some of you will be coming from countries that are not that far away. Some of you will be coming from countries that are a lot farther. It can be difficult moving to a different country. Even within the European Union, there's also different customs. Please remember that if you would be going through, very big homesickness or any kind of problems that you decide you need some kind of support, we're also here at the university have support in case you are feeling that you need it. But also just to let you know some basic information about Polish people, we do tend to look grumpy, so don't worry about that. This is kind of our to-go phase. We're usually very helpful if we can. If it comes for English language, it is easier to talk to young people. Not all older people are going to know English, but most of people will try to help you if possible. So don't get discouraged by our grumpy faces. This is a kind of a thing for Polish people. Yeah, and okay, that's it for the presentation.